All right, so you really want to understand Khabib Nurmagomedov, huh? The Eagle. The man who just walked away from the UFC undefeated.
Yeah.
His thoughts on being a father discipline, becoming a champion.
Yeah, we got you.
We're going to cover it all
Yeah.
We're going deep today into his interview on the PBD podcast. And let me tell you something.
It's good.
This is a good one. It gets really, really interesting.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. It's not just like fight stuff. We're talking about a worldview.
Yeah.
Like a whole way of looking at the world.
See, that's what I love about this. The worldview. You hear, oh, Khabib started training young, but we're talking 3-4 years old.
Yeah, super young.
Under his dad's, like, incredibly strict guidance.
Yeah, his dad was his coach.
I mean, that's got to shape you.
Oh, absolutely. It's huge. Like, it wasn't just learning how to fight.
Yeah.
It was like complete immersion in discipline.
Right.
There's this quote from the interview that really struck me.
Okay.
Khabib said, "There is no freedom of speech between you and your parents."
Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty intense. Right. Like, that really highlights the difference in cultural norms.
Totally different world.
Yeah. But how does a childhood like that create a champion? Right. You know what I mean? What's the link?
I think that's what's so fascinating about it.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Unwavering obedience. A strict schedule.
Yeah.
It creates this foundation of discipline that most people can't even fathom.
Right.
And then you add in the physical training. I mean, this dude was wrestling bears at 9 years old.
Bears, 9 years old.
Yeah. Crazy. Right? Okay. Now, that's a training partner I would not want to mess with. But seriously, what does wrestling a bear even teach you about fighting?
I think it's just a testament to the extreme nature of his upbringing. You know, he was pushed to confront fear and discomfort from a very young age. It built this incredible mental toughness.
Right.
And this toughness, this unshakable discipline, it translated directly into his fighting style.
So this is where we start to see that, like, warrior mentality everyone always talks about.
Exactly. Khabib believed he was UFC champion, like the moment he signed his contract. Wow. That level of confidence, that self-belief, it's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
And his father nurtured it, you know, telling him diamonds are making under big pressure.
Okay, but a lot of athletes talk about mental toughness.
Right.
What makes Khabib different?
Right.
What was his edge?
He understood that emotions were a weakness.
Oh.
That could be exploited by opponents.
Okay.
You know, he aimed to control his fear, his anger, any doubt that could creep in. Right. This was about more than just winning fights. It was about mastering himself.
You know, that's something we can all learn from, even if we're not stepping into the octagon.
Exactly.
Mastering yourself.
Exactly.
But it makes me wonder, coming from such a strict background, what was it like for Khabib to come to America?
Yeah.
That's a whole different world, right?
Totally. He definitely noticed the difference.
I bet.
And not always in a positive way.
Yeah.
He talked about being surprised by what he called too much freedom in America,
right,
particularly in how kids are raised. It challenged his deeply held beliefs.
About parental authority and the structure he was used to.
Yeah, he even expressed concern about the influence of schools and teachers.
Right.
Not knowing what kids are being exposed to, who they're spending time with, what they're thinking. It really made him question the American way.
Yeah, huge cultural difference.
Yeah. And then there's that hilarious anecdote about the all-gender bathroom.
Oh, yeah?
Can you imagine his reaction walking into that for the first time?
I can't even imagine.
It's a lighthearted example, but it speaks to the larger culture clash she experienced.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we've got this incredibly disciplined fighter coming to a culture that he sees as almost too free.
Right.
It's got to create some tension.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's got to be some friction there for sure.
But amidst all that, Khabib never lost sight of his core values.
Yeah, what were those?
Faith, family, humility.
Yeah.
These were his anchors in a world that often celebrates the opposite.
Right.
He even compared his lifestyle to the rules of MMA. He said, it's all about numbers. You have to do most of them. All things like on time. Right. It's like his discipline goes beyond fighting. It's a way of life.
It's a philosophy.
Yeah. And that way of life is deeply rooted in respect, especially for his mother.
Yeah. His mom's huge.
He talks about her influence on his decisions.
Right.
The central role she played in his life. It's a reminder that this fierce fighter is also a devoted son.
Yeah, I love that. And a coach now, right?
Yeah.
He's moved from fighting in the octagon to founding his own MMA league, Eagle FC.
Yeah.
And training the next generation of fighters.
It seems like that transition brought a whole new set of challenges. What did he have to say about that?
It did. He actually seemed to really enjoy the freedom he found in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought he would hate it.
Well, he did talk about some things he wasn't crazy about.
Yeah.
But he mentioned enjoying simple things, like walking down the street without being mobbed by fans. He also appreciated the genuine friendliness he encountered. It seems he was able to find common ground despite the cultural differences.
See, that's what I love about these deep dives. You get to see these different sides of someone.
Yeah.
The fierce competitor, the devoted son, and now the coach navigating a new culture.
Yeah, it's a cool perspective, right?
It reminds me, even with these differences, we can all find ways to connect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it speaks to his open-mindedness. Despite finding some aspects of American culture unsettling, he acknowledged the positives.
Which is interesting, because he's been very vocal about staying out of politics.
Yeah, because I want to get involved.
Even though he's had opportunities to,
Sure.
he could have been a powerful figure, but he chose a different path. Why do you think that is?
I think he recognizes the complexity and, frankly, the potential pitfalls of the political world. He said, I just want to be like regular human.
Yeah.
If I can help people, I'm going to help people. There's a real humility there, a desire to stay grounded despite his fame.
And it's not just humility, it's self-awareness.
Yeah.
He even acknowledges his own limitations. He said, everybody have limits. Even if you have $150 billion on your bank account, everybody have limits. That's a powerful statement, especially in a world that often glorifies relentless ambition.
Yeah, it kind of goes against the grain, doesn't it?
Big time. And it perfectly sets up his transition to coaching.
Yeah, how so?
Well, Khabib talks about different levels in fighting, how every challenge pushes you to a new level of understanding.
Okay.
So it's not just about winning, there's something more.
Yeah, what is it?
It's about mental toughness, controlling your emotions, handling pressure. It's about tapping into that warrior mentality we talked about earlier.
Gotcha.
He even mentioned fighters who broke before they come to the cage because they couldn't handle the emotional weight of the fight.
Oh, wow.
That's got to be heartbreaking to train so hard and then crumble under pressure.
Totally. It highlights the crucial role of mental conditioning. Training the mind is as important as training the body.
And that's where Khabib's coaching philosophy shines through. He emphasizes this deep connection, this energy between a coach and fighter.
Makes sense. He learned that from his father and his own coach, Javier Mendez.
Right.
He understands that you need that deep understanding, that trust, to push someone to their full potential.
It sounds like he's almost intuitive now.
Yeah.
He said he can tell within days if a fighter has what it takes to be a champion.
Years of experience have given him that ability to see a fighter's true potential.
Yeah. He's not afraid to tell someone to find a different path if they're not fully committed.
Wow.
He even advises, if you are not ready to sacrifice everything, it's better make money.
It seems like honesty is a big part of his coaching style.
It definitely is. He recognizes that not everyone is meant to be a champion. Sometimes the most valuable lesson a coach can teach is to help someone find a different path to success.
So what does this all mean for us?
Yeah, good question.
What can we take away from Khabib's story that applies outside the world of fighting? I mean, most of us aren't training to wrestle bears anytime soon. That's a great question. Khabib's story goes beyond fighting. It's about the importance of discipline, resilience, and staying true to your values, even when faced with pressure and cultural differences. It's about recognizing your own strengths and limitations.
So it's not just about becoming a champion fighter, it's about becoming a champion in your own life, whatever that looks like for you.
Exactly. And it highlights the impact a mentor or a coach can have. Someone who believes in you, challenges you, and helps you reach your full potential.
But you know what really sticks with me? The idea that even someone as disciplined and successful as Khabib still recognizes his own limitations.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a good reminder that none of us are invincible. We all have our boundaries.
Absolutely. And it brings us to our final thought, something for you to consider as we wrap up this deep dive. Thinking back to Khabib's childhood and his incredibly strict upbringing, do you think that same level of discipline is always beneficial? Or are there potential downsides, especially in different cultures? Or are there potential downsides, especially in different cultures?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, we saw how that discipline shaped Khabib into a champion.
Right.
But could it also be too much? Where do you draw the line between pushing someone to their potential and pushing them too far?
Yeah, it's a complex issue, right? On one hand, you have Khabib's incredible achievements,
Right.
a direct result of that intense discipline. On the other hand, it raises questions about individuality and personal freedom. Could that level of control stifle someone's growth in other areas?
It makes you think about the balance between structure and freedom and how different cultures view that balance.
For sure.
What might be considered normal in one culture could be seen as extreme in another.
Absolutely. And it's not just about culture.
Right.
Every individual is different. What works for one person might not work for another. Even Khabib, who thrived under his father's strict guidance, said he wouldn't force his own sons to become fighters.
Really?
Yeah, he'd support them, of course, but he wouldn't pressure them into that specific path.
So he's recognizing that his own experience might not be the blueprint for everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a bit of evolution in his thinking, a softening around the edges.
It's possible. He's seen firsthand the dedication and sacrifice it takes to reach the top. Maybe he also sees the potential costs, the things you might have to give up along the way.
It's a reminder that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to success or even to parenting. It's about understanding the nuances,
Yeah.
the individual personalities involved, and finding what works best for each person.
And maybe, just maybe, it encourages us to question our own assumptions. What does it really take to raise strong, resilient, successful individuals in a world that's constantly changing?
It's a good question.
What's the right balance between structure and freedom? What role should discipline play in our lives?
Whoa, so many questions.
I know.
And I don't think there are any easy answers. But I do know this Khabib story has given us a lot to think about.
It's been a fascinating deep dive exploring the mind of a champion, a devoted son, and now a thoughtful coach. We've seen the power of discipline, the importance of staying true to your values, and the complexities of navigating different cultures.
It's been a real journey. Thanks for guiding us through it.
My pleasure.
And listeners, I hope you enjoyed this deep dive as much as we did.
Remember, Khabib's story reminds us that success isn't just about physical strength or talent, but also about mental toughness, resilience, and finding your own path. As you continue your own journey, ask yourself, what are you willing to fight for? And what can you learn from Khabib's incredible story to help you reach your full potential? As we wrap up this episode, here's a final thought for you to ponder. How can we cultivate discipline and resilience in ourselves and in those we mentor without sacrificing individuality and personal freedom? Or are there potential downsides, especially in different cultures?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, we saw how that discipline shaped Khabib into a champion, people. Could it also be too much? Where do you draw the line between pushing someone to their potential and pushing them too far?
It's a complex issue, right? On one hand, you have Khabib's incredible achievements, a direct result of that intense discipline. On the other hand, it raises questions about individuality and personal freedom. Could that level of control stifle someone's growth in other areas?
It makes you think about the balance between structure and freedom and how different cultures view that balance. What might be considered normal in one culture could be seen as extreme in another.
Absolutely. And it's not just about culture. Every individual is different. What works for one person might not work for another. Even Khabib, who thrived under his father's strict guidance, said he wouldn't force his own sons to become fighters. He'd support them, of course, but he wouldn't pressure them into that specific path.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's recognizing that his own experience might not be the blueprint for everyone. Maybe there's a bit of evolution in his thinking, a softening around the edges.
It's possible. He's seen firsthand the dedication and sacrifice it takes to reach the top. Maybe he also sees the potential costs, the things you might have to give up along the way.
It's a reminder that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to success or even to parenting. It's about understanding the nuances, the individual personalities involved, and finding what works best for each person.
And maybe, just maybe, it encourages us to question our own assumptions. What does it really take to raise strong, resilient, successful individuals in a world that's constantly changing? What's the right balance between structure and freedom? What role should discipline play in our lives?
Whoa, so many questions. And I don't think there are any easy answers. But I do know this Khabib story has given us a lot to think about.
It has. It's been a fascinating deep dive exploring the mind of a champion, a devoted son, and now a thoughtful coach. We've seen the power of a discipline, the importance of staying true to your values, and the complexities of navigating different cultures. Thanks for joining me for this one.
It's been a real journey. My pleasure. And to all our listeners out there, we appreciate you tuning in.
And as always, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing yourselves to reach your full potential.